My name is Barry Allen. Now our world is more dangerous than ever, and I'm the only one fast enough to save it. I am the Flash. Bring it on.
So Danielle, you're back with The Flash. How's the first day back for everybody?
It was great to see everyone. I think we were all happy to be back together, but obviously very nervous and very anxious. A lot of us hadn't left our houses in 6 months. Obviously, as an actor, I have to go to work and take my mask off, so there's an extra level of fear there versus the rest of the crew wears masks. As the sign says, masking is the safest thing we can do, and obviously the studio does regular testing, but it's very different. You're only seeing people from here up. There's an intimacy when an actor and a director work and they collaborate, but now because of social distancing, the director can't get close to the actor, so everything is different, absolutely.
You've directed 3 episodes of The Flash so far. What's that been like, acting and directing on the show?
The fact that I've been on the show for so long and hopefully paid enough attention gave me a lot of information and a lot of resources to work with as a director. But it is a totally different mindset. As an actor, you're basically just worried about your character and your performance. And when you're a director, you can see the bigger picture a little bit. A lot of decisions are made in pre-production, and it's really fun to get to collaborate with our stunt coordinator and figure out what the fights are going to look like, and to work with props to make something really come to life, and to work with our cinematographer as we sort of approach the theme of the episode and how visually we want that to look. I feel like I'd like the challenge of working on a show that I don't know quite as well as Flash, that I need to learn a little bit more about. So hopefully that's the next step for me.
And of course, you play Dr. Caitlin Snow and Killer Frost. Which of the characters do you have more fun playing?
I like that I get to play them both. Obviously, I've played both characters for a couple of seasons now, but the fact that they're finally in scenes together and filming that has been a challenge, but also a lot of fun too. Historically, Caitlin's been really composed and Killer Frost has been a little bit more all over the place. And this season, they are going through some stuff and we get to see her sort of act out and make rash choices, which is typically uncharacteristic of her. It is unfortunate that she's had so much heartbreak. I'm always holding out hope that Robbie and Mel can come back and they'll figure out a way to have Ronnie and Caitlin back together again.
Awesome. So what else can fans look forward to in season 7 of The Flash?
Episode 12 has some really fun stuff with Barry, Cisco, and Caitlin, and that was a lot of fun to shoot. You know, it felt like back in the old days when we started and it was just a few of them and not everyone knew about The Flash. So I had a lot of fun with that episode, absolutely. And I also think with our 150th episode, we're going to get to see some fan favorites and we're going to get to meet some new characters that hopefully the fans will love. The crossovers are our love letters to the fans. Our last one was Crisis, so I think that's going to be pretty hard to top. With all of the shows that continue on, you know, Batwoman, Superman, and Lois, hopefully there will be opportunities to cross over in the future.
You've done over 100 episodes of The Flash. Would you have a favorite one?
I don't know that I have a favorite episode. I think some of my favorites are always when everyone's together. It typically tends to be season finales, so I'm looking forward to these last couple of episodes.
What have been the biggest changes you've experienced from before you got cast on The Flash to the present?
I mean, it's really remarkable. I remember the first time we went to San Diego Comic-Con in 2014, the show hadn't even aired. No one had seen the pilot. So, you know, people were excited to talk about the show, but they didn't know what it was. To be there in 2019 and to see the fan base, like we wouldn't be here without the fans, truly. So it means so much when either parents or kids come up to me and say, oh, I want to be a doctor because Caitlin was a doctor, especially young girls. That means the world to me.
After 8 years of working on this show, what's something that's still a challenge for you?
The medical jargon that they give me on this show, sometimes I think they just sit in front of a thesaurus and are like, what are the hardest words we can think of?
I create a serum that will terminate the polymerization reaction. Essentially, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do here anymore.
Yes, I've created a serum that will create something around his cells.
I had to say something yesterday and they were like, oh no, the pronunciation you're using is not the one we want you to use. I'd learned a scientific word, but I hadn't learned the correct pronunciation. So nothing like a last minute tweak after you've already memorized your dialogue. Directing's a challenge too. I'm still learning and growing and having fun with it. I think the most challenging thing for me right now is probably what's challenging for a lot of people is the isolation. I thought I'd bring my baby home and my friends would be able to come over, and we've just been alone. None of our family was able to come visit because it wasn't safe. And now we're in Canada where our family can't come visit. So I think the isolation has definitely been something that I've struggled with, and I think we all have struggled with. So when this pandemic is over, I'm going to give a lot of people a lot of hugs.